Hello everybody, welcome to another lesson. That is a poem, Polonius' Advice to His Son, written by William Shakespeare. It's a very beautiful lesson. So before we go to the lesson, I have to tell something about William Shakespeare. And we have to take a lot of care while explaining about William Shakespeare, because William Shakespeare is called the father of English drama. He is the most important figure in English literature. There is no person in this world, not only the students or the faculties, those who are dealing with or studying about English literature, but all of the people in the world, they know about William Shakespeare. He is such a famous person. There is no introduction about him. We all must know. William Shakespeare, let me tell you, if you start from his childhood, his father name is John Shakespeare. He was born in London, Stratford-on-Avon Street. The most shocking thing about him is, you will be surprised to know that William Shakespeare's writings are studied in school, colleges, even at university level. But the most interesting thing is that perhaps many of us do not know that although the university professors try their level best to understand the writings of William Shakespeare, but whether you know or do not know, I don't know, but the fact is that William Shakespeare himself has not attended any college. His academic qualification is only up to SSC. There is no record that he has completed SSC also. But his writings are so standard that even university professors find it very hard to understand them. So from this, we can understand of what standard, of what quality is the writer William Shakespeare. He has written 38 dramas, tragedies, comedies, romantic comedies, romantic tragedies. Everybody knows many of them, like Romeo and Juliet, King Lear, Othello, Hamlet. Our present lesson is taken from that novel, Hamlet. You can see Hamlet, Midsummer's Night Dream, Merchant of Venice, King Lear, King Henry IV, Macbeth. So many novels he has written. And if we complete some of his novels, it is just like they are the mirrors of our life. Reading about William Shakespeare is reading about our own life, because his writings are universal. His writings are natural. He writes about human nature. Though he was born in 16th century, but he is very much relevant to the present day society, to our life, and he will also remain till the end of this millennium. William Shakespeare will be applicable, his writings. So we must enjoy this poem, because his writings are so pure, so deep, so pristine. There is a statement called, brevity is the soul of witness, W-I-T, witness, and intelligence. Means, if you can write in a short form, precisely, briefly, that is the indicator of an intelligent person. Saying clearly, simply, directly is called the standard of an intelligent person. William Shakespeare is the best example for that. His ordinary sentences are quotations of life. He is like a divine spark. It is very difficult to criticize him. There was a writer, Johnson. So he just started commenting and criticizing about William Shakespeare, and he became famous. From this we can imagine how important is William Shakespeare. He has written some sonnets, some poems. They are written in verse style. Verse style means it is almost a prose and poetic mixed style, where there will be no rhyming generally, but meaning is above grossness and below refinement. Means we cannot refine more, and we cannot extract anything from it, we cannot include into it. It is complete by itself. William Shakespeare's writing is complete by itself. All writings are like that. Today whatever cinemas and all we see, they are all based on his novels at the beginning stage. Hollywood, Bollywood, our Tollywood, whatever you say. These all woods, these film industries, they have taken inspiration. They have laid their foundation stone on William Shakespeare's writing. We should not forget it. So this present lesson, Polonius' advice to his son. Let's come to this lesson. It is taken from the novel Hamlet. It is taken from the lesson Hamlet. Novel, you know, it's a drama, act 1, scene 3, lines from 57 to 81. That time there were dramas, there were no theatre halls, cinema halls, or direct shooting. So in front of the audience, there will be a stage, and the stage will be covered with a screen. And there will be some settings, that is called act and scenes. When the screen is pulled out, removed from the stage in front of the audience faces, sees the different sceneries, the scenes, they are called scenes. Sometimes on the same stage, we have to imagine that it is hotel, it is garden, it is waterfall, like this only we know it. So let us see this novel. In this novel, there is a character called Polonius. The king is called Hamlet. As we have ministers, so he is called counselor, Polonius. Just like a minister post, an important advisor in king's court. So Polonius, he has a son, his name is called Rattis. He is going to pursue his higher studies in France from England. Let me tell you about France. We all know the center of fashion, the fashion design, the capital of France, Paris. So Polonius has a set of, advice to his son when he is leaving. Here Polonius is not Polonius. Every father should remember it. Every adult should learn it. You, when you become adult, we have to all remember. And these are simple precepts, maxims, proverbs, quotations. They are not ordinary. Every line has a packed meaning, pristine meaning. It has a saturated lines. We should understand them. So let us start the lesson. Polonius' advice to his son. The poet says, the style is like this. The father's son, like Polonius' son, his name is Laertes, Laeters, Laertes, is going. So generally when we say goodbye, when somebody goes away, we say goodbye with blessings. And while we going, we say that you are going, beta, don't forget this. I have a little advice to tell you. Take care. Do this. Do that. Do not do this. Do not do that. So a bundle of do's and do nots. Advice. How to behave in a foreign country. How to talk. How to think. How to make friendship. How to buy clothes. How to avoid disputes. How to build our character with all these things. Finally. So this advice is called character building. That is what is the poet is telling. So in the first itself, the poet says that you are going, take my blessings, but while going, take this, that these few precepts in thy memory. He is telling, take these few precepts in thy memory. You should remember that these few precepts in your memory. In your memory you keep Don't forget this. I am telling you certain lines. See thou character, thy thoughts, selling, give thy thoughts no tongue. Give thy thoughts no tongue. Means, think a lot, speak a little. You give thoughts a lot. So how to think is telling. You have to think by listening. And how to speak? When you should open your tongue, open your mouth? After listening, after listening, after listening. You should behave exactly like a judge in a court. What does a judge do in a court? He listens from both the advocates. Advocates will be always shouting. The criminal or the prosecutor, advocate and the public prosecutor and the private defense lawyer, whatever it may be, they will be arguing, they will telling so many stories. So our real life should be in such a way that you should behave like a judge. Stiff, stubborn, serene, sober, calm, quiet. At last, opening the mouth like a judge. And the sentences should have absolute values. So he's telling that don't give your tongue to everybody, but give your ears to all. Nor any unproportionate thought his act. But how we should think? Some people think and think doesn't do anything. He's telling don't do that. When you are thinking, your thought and action, there should be some cooperation and coordination between them. Some people go on thinking, never do any act, never do any work. They are not correct. That means you are thinking hugely, acting nothing. That is wrong. Some people do not think at all, haphazardly, all of a sudden, hurriedly, hurriedly, without imagination, without planning, they take action and they become failed. Telling that is also wrong. So how to put the things into action? After thinking. And there should be a proportion. In physics we say that proportionally related. So directly proportion or indirectly proportion. You should have proportion. And 100% thought, no action. No. 50% thought, 10% action. Something like that you have to do. There should be a proportional relation between thought and action. He is telling about this. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Try to become familiar, popular, famous. Many people try to become famous. How to become famous? Not by doing dishonest means, not by bribing, not by taking bribe, not by doing all the things, vulgar things, unsocial things, antisocial things, unnatural things. Because he is a young college student. It is also advice to all of you. Because you are young. So what kind of advice should be given to the young? Every father thinks that he is complete, he is absolute to give advice to his son. So here Polonius is giving advice to his son in that way. He's telling how to make friendship. He's telling friendship should be made. Those friends thou hast and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel. He is telling. Do not dull thy palm with entertainment. That friendship should be made in such a way that this is a very simple question. Many parents say that don't make friends, don't make friends. But in the college, in the school, on every bench there will be a friend. In every classroom there is a friend. You come out of the classroom, in veranda there is a friend. In the school bus, college bus there is a friend. But teachers say, parents say that don't make friendship. Is it possible? Is it the right kind of advice? Polonius is not giving such kind of advice. He is telling that you make friends, but be very careful. Do not be attracted by the friends who comes only for the sake of entertainment. They make your palm dull, greasing the palm, appreciating, lifting, praising. You are great, you are God, Mama, Anna, Bade Bhai, Baap, Mama, Uncle. I said, people use different kinds of terminologies to lift, to puff up, to encourage, to visualize, to praise, just to make friendships. But in their mind, what is there? Some material needs. They may need your phone, your bike, your notes, your money. They might have been attracted by your background, because Polonius' son is the minister's son and he is going to France. So definitely it is a very big challenge for the son of a elite people, aristocratic person's son, collectors, ministers, and huge industrialists, children, because other friends know they have that lot of money, a big background behind them. So if possible, we will try to exploit some money from them. So definitely he is telling, giving the advice that, giving warning that, be careful, don't be attracted by false friends. You make a line between who is a false friend, who is a true friend. A friend who comes to make friendship with you just by seeing your material achievements, just comes to do entertainment with you, they are not. You know the true meaning of friendship? Friendship is a matter of mind. Who shares your sorrows. The friendship is even greater to, superior to, in certain circumstances, superior to even parentalship, and you can say superior to any other relations also. So he is telling how should be our friendship. Next, he is telling how to remain tactical in a problematic situation. In a situation, there are some situations in life, generally friends do, that you want to enter a quarrel or not. Why are you giving this advice? Because when you go to a new place, people will be observing you. Especially in schools and colleges, there are two kinds of people. Some are over talkative, extrovert. Some speaks very less, introvert. So the over talkative people come and interferes with the innocent, normal kind going people. So you be careful about them. And they instigate you. They will provoke you. They will make you angry. They will try to show your ego. But how much you remain controlled is very important. Life is altogether about balancing the things. Life is like a lotus flower in water. Even though throughout the life of a lotus flower, plant or root is always in water, plays in water, but does not touch it. He is telling the same way. When a situation comes that you have to fight, you should take every care not to enter that fight. But the other party, your opponent, they should know that when something goes wrong, you should project in such a way. You should show yourself to others in such a way. You have to behave in such a way that they should understand that you can also fight. You can also protest. You will not remain silent when something goes wrong. You have to exhibit your relationship, your character like that only. This is very important. The next point is about, he is telling, what about people's opinion? He tells that don't give sudden judgments. Listen to all. Collect so many opinions. But judgment is yours. Speak very little and at last is talking about it. Then what about dressing sense? He is telling the dressing sense in France, there will be high fashion culture. A person's dressing sense should be in such a way that dignified. Generally, the young people, they get attracted to some eye-catching color. Suppose you are in a group of hundreds or thousands, the color of your dress, the way of dressing is in such a attractive way that first somebody's eyes will fall on you. It should not happen like that. ऐसे नहीं होना, अलग. It should be sincere. So your dresses should not unnecessarily, insincerely attract the attention of others. That is called gaudy. It should not be over fancy, over red, extremely pink, or multicolored. The dressing sense should not be like that. And it simply attracts the attention of unwanted people. Generally, people do it. So eye-catching dress should not be used to control it. The next thing is talking about in this lesson is about how to spend money. Generally, people fail in spending money and earning money. So you are going to France, take this advice. While spending money, you must be very careful. He is telling neither be a lender nor be a borrower. It's an extremely useful thing. But in the present scenario, we are all full of debit cards and credit cards. But the poet is telling here that don't give money to anyone. Giving money is called lending money. And do not take money from anyone as a loan, borrowing money. Because what happens, you will lose both the things. If you give money, what happens? If your money does not come back, if you don't get back the money, you will lose yourself. You are able to answer. When somebody is asking you money, you are not giving. So what happens? You will lose the friendship. So both are dangerous. Giving money is dangerous and taking money is also dangerous. So you must be very careful. Never be lender nor be borrower. Then you can become a good son. Otherwise you cannot survive. And this advice is the advice to all. Some people do not look at the pocket. They go to the shop. They go on marketing without seeing how much they have. So they spend not according to their purse. He's telling that you should spend according to your purse. You should not spend, you should not go beyond the expenses, and you should not underspend the money. What is necessary, you should do it. And the final advice is telling that be yourself. You be true to yourself. Be yourself true. That is the biggest thing. Because you listen to your heart. It's a very simple thing. So after telling all these things, Polonius and William Shakespeare through Polonius wants to say that you should listen to your heart. That is important. That is common sense. That is called equity. That is called justice. And do not tell lies to you. You know it. We can tell lies to the whole world, but we cannot tell lies to ourselves, to our heart, to our mind, to our soul. He is telling the solid witness of our crimes is ourselves. You know it, that we are our best friend and we are our worst enemy. If we control our mind, we will be our best friend. If we don't control our mind, we will be our worst enemy. So how to control ourselves? You listen to your heart. How to listen to our heart? Be true to yourself. So when you are true to ourselves, when you tell the truth to ourselves, there is some free time, personal time, private time, alone. We have to discuss ourselves that am I doing the right thing or wrong thing? And during such timings, we take the right decision. But many times we come in a hurry. So we say in hurry burry, in rushness and hustleness and sizzleness, in humdrum, we make many mistakes. So that's why an intelligent person suddenly doesn't open his mouth. Listen to all, take it to heart, consult with your brain like a doctor, and finally open your mouth, keeping brain, heart. Brain is knowledge, heart is emotion. So keeping these two things in balance, if you give an opinion or come to a conclusion, that will be 100% right. So to thine be true yourself. And this is my final blessing, and this is my final advice to you. If you carry these precepts in your mind, my son, you will develop your character, you will build your character, you will be a man. You will be a perfect man. Your university education will become perfect. As you will all know, education without character building is just certificate, and certificate without education is burnt paper. So he is telling character building is everything. We should never underestimate the value of character. So that is what Polonius is giving advice to his son in the lesson William Shakespeare. So we have 4 main points here. He's talking about how to think. If you read the poem many times, you will understand how to think, how to talk, how to dress, how to make friendship, how to spend money, and at last how to control ourselves by taking the consultations of our heart and brain and become a characterful person at last, a perfect man in the society. Hope you understand this lesson. This is the end of this poem, Polonius' advice to his son, written by William Shakespeare. Let's meet in the next lesson. Till then, see you, take care, thank you.